Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, where we have a mission to wake the world up to what's possible. And here today to help me with that mission is one of the amazing author experts of a new book that we have coming out. This one is called Mindset Mastery: Awareness, Meditation, Mindfulness, and Manifestation for the Spiritual Warrior. Jean, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you so much. Great. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to have this conversation with you. You guys, we put this book together, and it's a collaboration of real stories and master teachings. Our authors are sharing their lives and the tools they've used to thrive with you. Today's author and guest is Jean Lauren Smith. She's the founder and facilitator of As You Are Mindfulness, where she offers practices that support clients' growing sense of connection, grounding, and emotional availability. So, Jean, first of all, thank you so much for being willing to share your story and your teachings in this book. You guys, it's full of awareness practices like Jean's that are literally going to transform your life. I get so excited about this. So would you start today by just telling us a little bit about your chapter?
Yeah, my pleasure. My chapter is chapter 11. It's called A Case for Quiet. And this is really my mindful homecoming to your most authentic, connected self. And it's all about my experience. It's interesting working with Laura, and that we kind of received the permission and invitation to just think of the most defining moments of our lives. So with that comes both joy and sorrow, of course. But when I think about that, there are these really just definitive moments growing up and in middle school. And I moved a lot as a child, and really dealt with a lot of insecurity and bullying. And so those are like the moments that kind of came forward. So I was like, wow, I'm going to be writing about this. Okay, here we go. And just the way that I internalize those messages, and then really my journey of coming through the other side, and how much mindfulness and meditation really helped me just come home to myself and really come into like a kind and deeper relationship with myself. So that's really what it's about.
I appreciate you talking about the writing. Tell me a little bit more about that. Was it hard for you to do that? Was it just tell me about the experience of it?
I think that I mean, I know that like the vulnerability is where the magic is, and that that's where I want to go, and that's where we're all being called to go. But just kind of in that first moment of recognizing that, like, oh, I'm really going to have to do it. It's not like a idea. It's great to be vulnerable, you know? So there was just that kind of realization of that's what this is going to be. And then from that, accepting that, you know, not trying to hide that or block that in any way, I was able to just go for it. And then once it's written, and there's it's not no going back.
And I'm happy you went for it. And that's just it. That's why I asked you to explain that a little bit, because, you all are so brave and you say yes to these projects, and then you get into it and you realize, and you're like, you hit that point of, publishing, the point of no return, and something does happen inside of people. And I appreciate you talking about that vulnerability, but that's actually part of the mission. It's part of how we all kind of wake up to what's possible is when we go there. And I am so grateful to you and all the other authors for going there with me. And I'm such a mindset geek. Okay. So to me, awareness is everything. And it's what makes the difference between kind of a meh life and an amazing life. And what I want to know from you guys in this topic of mindset and awareness is, what does being a mindset master mean to you?
Great question. I think that it's knowing that it's really also this lifelong process, and that it's not about checking the box of like, okay, now I'm a mindset master, or now I have this practice that really helps me, and I've arrived. And I think that that's been my own process, is understanding the process, and that it's there's always more to go, and there's always just that growth mindset will be with us, our entire lives, and that it's not a destination. And so there's just endless opportunity to recognize the limiting beliefs, recognize things that are coming up that might not serve my best interests, even though it might feel in the moment that it does. And just having that relationship of being really being like a participant in my own life, and not taking my thoughts or my habits just for granted as like, well, that's just the way that it is or something. Just like always having that awareness of what might be going on underneath and what else is possible.
I love the way that you're talking about that. And I share those beliefs about mastery. We're always in a process of mastering our practice, our disciplines, you mentioned habit, which is, that's a great strong word, because even if we pause on our bad habits, bad meaning, I'm not judging the habit. I'm just, again, throwing some awareness on a habit. Like, how is that serving me? Right. What else do you want to say about that?
Yeah, I think that it's also just the attitudes that come with that, of just openness and curiosity. And for me, curiosity has just been life-changing, and just to be able to bring curiosity to something instead of judgment, like you said, just creates more and more possibility for growth and change, and which ultimately is going to make us love our lives so much more than not questioning those things that come up.
I believe that it's been a theme. I think it's a mark of a master is the curiosity.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's a badass ninja move of mindset, is like when you can pause yourself in the middle of a judgment and go, wait a minute. Right. And that's why I love that question. What else is possible? Because that's where I start to get curious. Like, why do I think that? Why do I believe that? Can I just pause myself in that? Oh my gosh, that piece is so brilliant. The curiosity is so important. So listen, I know you have a lot going on aside from writing in this book. Like, how do people get with you, work with you? What do you have up going on these days?
Yeah, well, I'm really passionate about just helping anyone create more sustainability in their practice. So I do offer drop-in sessions where people can come and go as they please, and we meditate as a group and get to reflect on it after. And that will be available on my website. And I'm also creating and launching my signature course, Reclaiming Quiet. And that is an offer that is for women. And it's all about reclaiming our inherent dignity by exploring the power of quiet in ourselves and in our lives. So I would love anyone that is interested in that to check out the website, and there will be places to go to look further into that.
I love the title of that.
Yes.
It helps me go there, like right this moment. I love that. That sounds really powerful. And you guys, of course, we have Jean's hooked up with her website below. You're going to be able to find everything that she's up to. And one of the missions I have for every Brave Healer Productions book is to help our readers live an extraordinary life. I know that that's part of your mission to your clients. And so, listeners, to you, no matter where you are on this journey, these books are going to help you answer that question. What else is possible? So, Jean, what I was hoping was that you'd share a simple stepping stone that you'd like our listeners to understand today that will help them kind of jumpstart the journey. Like, what's that thing you want them to know?
I think that just tuning into intention is really powerful, and that's a great stepping stone to just spend, a moment with yourself and just asking yourself, what is your intention? What intention you want to invite into your life today, this month? And I really feel like just following the breadcrumbs of your own intuition, as we all know, is really where the gold is. So the answer. It's just about just spending that moment just to reflect and just to consider. And even if you don't know the answer in that moment, it still leads to more. So that's my advice to start.
I love it. It's simple and super powerful and really important, what you just said. I think you dropped like, I don't know, I stopped counting. You dropped a lot of nuggets today. And I love these interviews for that reason. So thank you. And thank you so much, really, for what you do in the world. And thanks for being here today to share it with everyone.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for this gift.
So, you guys, Mindset Mastery, it's coming out January of 23. So, until then, if something you heard Jean say today made you curious, you have a question, or you need some support, please scroll down to the show notes. You're going to be able to connect with her on her website there. And she's very generously there for you to help you take those next steps and, move on your journey. So go check out all of the amazing things that she is up to. And you're also invited to continue this conversation and meet our community in the Brave Healer Book Club group on Facebook. So that link is below as well. And of course, you're invited to the book launch party for Mindset Mastery. We're having that on January 22nd. We'll have all the co-authors there sharing their wisdom and inspiration with you. We're going to have one big Zoom party. So come on down and RSVP for us. And if you're listening anytime around these dates that I'm dropping, you can hop over to Amazon, because that means the book is ready for you. And we can't wait to hear how you loved it. And lastly, today, everyone, remember, your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So come on over to bravehealer.com and explore all the ways we help you share your message with the world in a bigger way. Time to be brave, you guys. See you next time, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.